So, COVID is pretty much almost over. I mean, it's not almost over, it'll probably always be around. But the overarching point with the past few months and the vaccine being rolled out, and more of the public getting vaccinated, more people I personally know getting vaccinated, it seems like the worst days of COVID are behind us. Now, what this pandemic did was lead to a whole new just shitstorm of people arguing with each other on social media. And it was already bad. Like, society was not headed in a good direction before coronavirus. But, throughout COVID, we have seen both sides of the spectrum just be completely ballistic. First of all, you had the people last March, March 2020, that were saying, oh my God, if you go out, you're killing grandma. And you had the other people on this side of the spectrum saying, well, I refuse to do anything the government tells me to. All these lockdowns are tyrannical. And I'm not here to offer my opinion on what's right and what's not when it came to this pandemic. I probably will in another video at some later date because, believe me, I do have a lot to say about it. But this video is not going to be me sharing my personal views about, the vaccine, the pandemic itself, the government response. But what I will say is that I think this pandemic has been entirely overblown. But what I'm also going to talk about in this video is Cole Beasley. And we are now in the era of social media, like I said, where everybody wants to argue with each other. Everybody wants to either push for double masks or make fun of the people who are pushing for double masks. And anti-maskers and anti-vaxxers have gotten a really bad name throughout this pandemic, mainly on social media, because like I said, social media is just a hive mind where everybody keeps shouting the same thing. Everybody just feels the need to get all riled up about something. So with all these corporations pushing a, oh my God, get vaccinated, if you don't, you're a horrible person campaign, well, not actually, but people have become increasingly motivated to get the vaccine, in large part because corporations are playing a part in trying to convince the general public to get a vaccine. Krispy Kreme's offering free donuts to people who are getting the vaccine, and that's good, but when you rather offer something healthy, when you rather offer a healthy alternative than just giving people donuts, I don't know, that seems really weird to me, to improve your health, quote unquote, with the vaccine, but then you've done, I don't know. But what Cole Beasley said is that he would rather be forced to retire than take the COVID vaccine. And I'm not sure his motivations for this. There's enough scientific evidence out there to where everybody can formulate their own opinion. And not only that, but everyone has the right to formulate their own opinion on this whole matter. But what about Cole Beasley himself? What I'm going to say is good for him, not for being an not for being an anti-vaxxer, not for being an anti-masker, but I am actually really proud of Cole Beasley for coming out because it seems like the overarching theme is that corporations are trying to push this agenda to where they want everybody to get vaccinated. The media is pushing this agenda to where they want everybody to get vaccinated, and it's because they love putting fear into people, and there are also a huge number of people that don't want this pandemic to end because they love feeling morally superior. In a tweet Cole Beasley put out, he put out something saying, "Hi, I'm Cole Beasley and I am not vaccinated and I'm basically going to be doing what I do, go on with my life. And if you're scared, then go ahead and steer clear of me or get vaccinated." And he said he would rather die of actually living than he would of coronavirus. And yeah, he just basically goes on and says that this is his personal choice. And like I said, good for him. I wish more players would come out against, the status quo, not just with the vaccine, but just with a lot of stuff in general. And yeah, he just basically says at the bottom, that's where I stand. Thank you for everyone who's been supportive. And he also says that a lot of other NFL players hold his stance, but they aren't really in a place in their career to where they can do that. He's definitely in the later part of his career, and if he was forced to retire by the NFL because he didn't want to take the vaccine, he says, screw it, go ahead. And I do not disagree with his stance at all, because he's also implying that the NFL is going to treat vaccinated players differently than they would treat unvaccinated players, and I don't disagree with his stance. The government and businesses should not be interfering with the personal choice to get the vaccine or not get the vaccine. And it's a good thing that he doesn't care about all these doomers that are flooding him on social media, because anywhere you go on NFL, like to discuss the NFL right now, whether it's Reddit, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, which are already bad places to discuss the NFL as a whole, you'll just see Beasley just getting ripped and torn apart. But I'm glad he's speaking his truth and living his truth. And he is the ultimate role model for, what should be the standard in the future, not just with COVID, like I've been saying throughout this video, but through sticking up for what you believe in. And this is actually kind of weird considering the timing of this, since Buffalo is actually going to require most of the fans that enter the stadium to be vaccinated, and they also are considering, maybe ticking down the dial on capacity. Maybe some days they go full capacity, maybe some days they only have 50% of the stadium full. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. But yeah, like I said, this has been just going on social media. This is what's happening, and you're free to make your own opinion about it. Other opinions just make the world go round. And like I said, good for him. Good for him living his life, standing up to the status quo. I just want to reiterate that this isn't me talking bad about the vaccine. This isn't me being anti-vax, anti-mask. But I'm actually thrilled that Cole Beasley came out and stood up for what he believed in. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below. Anyways guys, have a good day and peace out.